Last night, while falling down a YouTube hole, I saw a video of someone making Mokume Gane, and I thought, I've got copper, I've got nickel, and I've got ADHD, so let's see what we can do. I decided to go with a 2" by 1" billet because this is an experiment and the material can be a little expensive. Using very much the wrong tool to cut down my nickel, Dad, if you're watching, I'm sorry, I promise I'll buy some proper snips tomorrow, and then breaking down my copper with a hacksaw. Headphone listeners, I apologize in advance. Now that we've got our material broken down, it's time to clean it up. I used a rasp on the edges of my copper and a rubber mallet to flatten my nickel back out. Now that we've got our material shaped, it's time for an acetone bath. Now my copper had stickers from the manufacturer, so I had to take extra time to clean off all the glue. You want clean material for good welds. Speaking of welds, if you've never welded on copper, as I hadn't before I tried this, it takes a little experimentation to get your settings right. But just try the power high and the speed a little on the low side, you should be okay. Speaking of things that are pretty okay, my YouTube shorts, just like when I wear shorts in real life, is just a tease of things to come. So if you want to see what this Mokume Gane is going on, be sure to subscribe to come back for more. So now that you're all scarred with that mental image, let's talk about copper. It has a much lower melting point than steel, so you want to keep a close eye on it while it's in your forge. It was a little more forgiving than I initially thought, but I wouldn't walk away from it. You want it to have a nice red-orange incandescence in the forge. Once you have that color, setting the weld is pretty easy. Just be sure to apply even heat. I would recommend using a press if you have one, but I don't, so here we are. Copper does move super easily under the hammer, and before long we have it down to a nice square bar, but be sure to stop forging as soon as you lose the incandescence, otherwise you'll start to get cracks. Now that we have our bar squared up and pretty, we're going to take one more heat and start to put in a pattern. Taking it over to the vise, I decided to go with a simple twist. I wanted to give it kind of a wood grainy appearance, but play with it and see what works best for you. Once you've got your twist, I went ahead and forged the peaks down and found this was a lot easier than on steel. Only took me 1 heat to do. Now we've got a nice squared up bar that is very dirty, so it's over to the grinder. I found that I had to grind it down to at least 400 grit to really see the pattern, but that's probably because my nickel stock was so thin. Overall, I had a lot of fun making this, and it's surprisingly beginner friendly. I would rate it a not bad out of 10. Thanks for watching, and be sure to hit that bell and subscribe if you want to see more.